Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in today and watching my videos. And you don't know how much I appreciate it. I'm sorry it's been a while since I've made a video. It's been hectic. Baseball, the fall baseball season's going again. Been watching baseball and work and uh, just doing everything that you got to do, adulting stuff. Anyway, hope you're having a blessed week anyway. And I just wanted to get on here and do my October baits. Um, I've got some techniques here, I guess I should say. It's not just baits, it's more of techniques uh, along with the baits. Uh, but anyway, my first technique is going to be topwater. And my first choice for the topwater is a True Faith custom bait buzz bait. As you can see, this one looks like a shad. It's got a big old meat hook on it and quality components, and that sounds just like that. As soon as you pick it up, it sounds like that. And I'll be throwing that buzz bait around lay down, stumps, boat docks, weeds, cross shallow points on flats, shallow flat points, rock piles. Is where I'll be throwing that. This time of year, the bass are really feeding up, and they're after shad most of the time. They're chasing the shad balls, so I usually pick something that looks more like a shad. I'll be throwing that buzz bait on 15-pound mono or 15 to 20-pound fluorocarbon. With the buzz bait, it doesn't matter if your line sinks or floats because you're constantly reeling it. I pair that up with a 7'3" medium heavy rod and a around a six point something ratio reel. I don't want my reels too fast with the buzz bait, but I don't want them real slow. So if they're wanting the bait fast, I don't have to reel like crazy to keep it going at the speed they want it. A little tip when throwing the buzz bait, I do this with my buzz baits, my spinner baits, crank baits, everything, basically everything. As you're slowly, doing your retrieve or your medium retrieve, fast retrieve, whatever it is, you're doing your retrieve, you just kind of give your rod tip a little flip like that, or twist your handle just a little bit faster, and it'll make that buzz bait, whatever you've got, make your buzz bait spit just a little bit more water across the top and speed up, and then it'll slow back down. And a lot of times whenever you do that, those fish will attack that thing. They'll either think it's getting away or they've sped up to keep up with it. And when you slow it back down, it's right in their face, so they grab it. My next topwater will be some type of a walking topwater. This is like a frog. It's a rubber walking topwater, and I like it because I can throw this thing in laydowns and weeds and stuff, and it won't get hung up. And finally, kind of in the lines with a topwater, I like to throw a glide bait, some sort of glide bait. I throw that glide bait around boat docks, the edges of laydowns, around the stumps. I got a trolling motor. I can go up there and get the dang thing if I have to. if I get hung up. But I put them in places that you probably shouldn't put them, but you can catch some big bass doing that too. All my topwater fishing, all three of those will be on the same setup as my buzzbait. I don't really change up that much. That'll be my setup for all my topwater. My next category will be a True Faith custom bait spinnerbait. This time of year they're chasing shad. What better shad imitator than a spinnerbait? Throw it in the same places I would the buzzbait and other topwaters. Using the same rig, using the same setup as I do my topwaters. So there's not a whole lot of change there. And also, I'll be throwing a True Faith custom bait swim jig. A lot of people will be throwing chatterbaits right now. So I've got the spinnerbait and the swim jig on. It's different. It's different than the bladed jig. I know people's catching them on bladed jigs, but the bass are going to be seeing a ton of bladed jigs. So that's why I pick the spinnerbait and that swim jig, because the swim jig's a little more subtle. And since the chatterbait came out, I don't think as many people throws a spinnerbait. My spinnerbait fishing has picked up since the chatterbait bladed jig has came out, because I don't think there's many people throws them. I think they're throwing the bladed jig or chatterbait, whichever they prefer. Throwing it on the same setup as I do my topwaters. And last but not least, I will, oops, that's a swim jig. Hang on. Let me find. Here we go. Be throwing a True Faith custom bait jig. This one's got the light brown, kind of the peanut butter color with the dark brown green pumpkin. That is an awesome color. Imitates the crawdads really well. You can also imitate bluegill really well with it. This is the brush head. This is the brush head from True Faith Custom Baits, and it comes through the brush really well. I like to pitch and flip this into treetops and brush and whatever I can get it into. It works really well. If I'm around a lot of rock, I don't like that brush head as much around rock as I do an Arky style head. Seems like the Arky style head will come through rocks better than that brush head. Or I'll use my football jig. I'll use True Faith Custom Bait football jig head, or I'll use the True Faith Custom Bait Arky head. I shouldn't be showing you that. Don't pay attention to that good looking bucktail jig right there. Not many people will see an Arky style head with a good bait keeper on them. That'll hold your plastic on there. True Faith Custom Baits, all their baits have plastic keepers on their baits. And like I said, don't look at that bucktail jig. Awesome this time of year. Don't tell anybody. Anyway, a lot of times I'll use That one's going to the Lake of the Ozarks for the Big Bass Bash. If I was going to be fishing a clear lake like Beaver Lake, Bull Shoals, Table Rock, 10 Killer, I would have my natural color on there. Natural color is just what it is. I cut the whatever deer I killed last year. The tail goes into my freezer, and I cut hair off and tie it right to my jig. It's white and brown. Imitates a shad really well, and it flat catches them. But anyway, those are my techniques. On the jig, I'll be throwing that jig around boat docks, laydowns, stumps, rock piles, across points. It doesn't matter if they're deep or flat points. I'll be throwing them across there. If the weather's colder where you are, I may be fishing it on the ends of bluffs. If the water's falling, I'll be fishing it along bluffs. A lot of times this time of year, they'll be dropping the lake, and with that falling water, they'll get on those bluff ends where they just have to go up and down. They don't have to swim a long ways to get to where they need to be. Bluffs is a great place to find them. Anyway, I fished the jig on a 7 foot to 7'6" medium heavy to heavy action rod, depends how thick the cover is, and I'll be fishing it anywhere from 15 to 20 pound fluorocarbon. The reel doesn't really matter to me. On the reel, you can use whatever reel you prefer. Kind of like one of the YouTube guys that I watch. He likes to pay more for a good quality rod so he can feel, and buy cheaper reels. Like he buys those Abu Garcia Black Maxes from Walmart for $50, but he'll pay $500 for a rod. Makes sense to me, because don't tell my wife, but I've got a $500 rod or two, and it definitely makes you can definitely tell the difference in a quality rod and a cheap rod. But anyway, that's it for today, or for this video. I'm gonna be doing a video real soon on boat docks, and I love to boat dock fish. I have made a lot of money boat dock fishing, and this time of year is a great time to be fishing boat docks. Anyway, that's for another video. Again, thanks again for watching my video. Please share, subscribe, and hit the like button, and have a blessed week, and I will see you on the water.